Welcome. I hope you're doing well. This is another Billabong Chinwag, episode 2. So let us begin. Now, as I am first and foremost a philosopher, alright, I've come to conclude, after many years of contemplation, that we require a revolution of thought and being as a people globally, alright? And thus I have developed the philosophies essential to bring not only peace to all inhabitants on Earth, but harmony and balance to the very environment and planet itself. Again, it's taken me many years of contemplation and research and learning all of the philosophy that goes back thousands and thousands of years, learning all of the science, everything. But I've actually figured it out. I've come to this conclusion. Now, firstly, for a social philosophy, I have what I call Technology-Agrarianism. And this term, I think, was actually coined, so some other people have come up with this as well. Alright, so it's coined and originated from the National Restoration Party of Zambia. Some wise African blokes. Now, this is a combination of the notions of technology and agrarianism. So technology is defined as systems, machines, okay, so applying technology by taking an input, changing it according to the system's use, and then producing an outcome as referred to, or are referred to, as technological systems. The simplest form of technology is the development and use of basic tools, right? So technology is just anything that we as humans use that isn't our own body. So our clothing is a form of technology, shoes are technology, machines are technology, your car is obviously technology, iPhone's technology. So again, anything that humans create that isn't grown, it's not a part of our DNA essentially. We don't grow it on our body. So our hair is a part of our body, it's not technology. But our clothing is a form of technology, just like an iPhone or a car, or a factory or a spaceship, or anything like that. And agrarianism, okay, so obviously we're never going to be without technology. As a species, as human beings, we have to have technology. Essentially, the way that a spider has a web, the web is a part of the spider. Comes in and out of the spider, alright? In that same way, technology is a form of our being. As human beings, we have technology. We're never going to be without it, so we have to learn to use it in an efficient way which is in balance with the environment. And agrarianism is a social philosophy or political philosophy which values rural society as superior to urban society, and that the independent farmer is superior to the paid worker. You know, and it's a philosophy that sees that farming is a way of life that can shape ideal social values. So essentially, if you know something they should definitely have in prisons, if they really want to have inmates reformed and come out as new people that have a different outlook on life and are better people just generally all round, the number one thing they should have inmates doing is gardening and farming. Because if you work with the land, when you feel the soil, when you garden, when you plant, when you grow things and you raise animals, etc., it changes your soul, it changes who you are and what you are as a human being. We are stewards of the earth. As an Australian, I do enjoy many parts of Aboriginal culture. And one of the fundamental ideas in old Aboriginal culture is that the Aboriginals were the stewards, that we come here to garden Mother Earth. We are the gardeners of this planet. And there is truth to that. Thomas Jefferson wanted America when he wrote, he's famous for writing the Declaration of Independence, but he wanted America to be a colony of farmers with no cities, No big factories and none of that. He just wanted everyone to be a farmer and to be in connection with the land and in harmony with nature. And that's what I want for the future of our people as well. Okay, so the social philosophy, the way we should look at our social life and the way we should interact with our community, we should avoid urban societies, we should avoid office jobs and all things like this. We should all try to get back to having our own homestead, our own property, where we raise our own animals and we garden our own crops. And as well, the reason agrarianism in the philosophy, it concludes that this is a superior way of being, that the farmer is superior to the office worker, because if the office worker can't buy food from the shop, he starves to death. But the farmer, he can be broke and have no money whatsoever. He can have no bank account. Yet he can be abundant and have everything and feed his family because he works with the land. He is in harmony with nature, like an animal, like how we're supposed to be. That is our natural way as a species on this planet. Like a bird will just fly and get its grubs, its worms. That is our way of being, that we should be like. We should follow that way. Now, I have also developed an economic theory, which I call ethnonomics. And this is my own unique and original economic theory. It's a combination of both ethnicity and economics, ethnonomics. Okay? So ethnicity, from ethnos, meaning one's race or nationality. It's commonly defined as a population group regarded as having a common descent, or having a common national or cultural tradition. And obviously economics is a social science that studies the production, distribution, and consumption of goods and services. So economics focuses on the behaviour and interactions of economic agents, human beings, people who are trading with goods, and how economics works, how that trading system works, all right? So ethnonomics is essentially a free trade, voluntary free trade, okay? So you have your own property, what you make for yourself, you own, and then you trade it in a way, but the emphasis on ethnos, or ethnicity, all right? The reason it's not just economics, the reason it's not just free trade capitalism, is because there is no emphasis on profit, okay? No, profit doesn't matter in this form of economics. Doesn't matter if you make a profit or not. That is irrelevant and it should not matter, all right? That's greed, that is sin. What is important is the well-being of your people, the well-being of your community. Okay, so in an economic system of ethnonomics, you wouldn't get a job just to make money if that job was detrimental to your people or to the environment or to other peoples, other races, other nations. So this extends, okay? So ethnonomics isn't just about looking after your own people, it's about looking after everybody in the cosmos, everything, every being, every entity, every tree, all of life should be considered, and we should consider the well-being of everything and everyone over profits. There's nothing wrong with making profits. If you make some profits in the meantime, that's great. That means more abundance, that means better life for everybody. The more profits you make, the more everybody gets. Okay, because there's more to go around. But profits should always come secondary to the well-being, just general well-being of everyone and everything. All right? So the environment comes first, the people come first, our communities come first, then your profits and the extras and whatever you make after that. Okay? But it is essential that we change our way of looking at the world, the way we interact with each other and the environment. Otherwise, we're going to destroy ourselves. We need to take this step forward in a rational, compassionate, and sensible manner. All right? So if you have any questions, throw me your questions and I can go into more detail on these two philosophical theories, and I can explain anything further that you would like to know. If you have any criticisms, throw them as well. So to recap, to summarize, number one is a social philosophy, Techno-GRARIANISM. Okay, harmony with nature, where essentially we try to have our own homestead and be independent. We all learn to farm. We all learn to be in contact with the nature, getting our hands dirty, getting down and feeling the ground, and being out in the sun, being healthy, you know. While at the same time having the internet, having technology, but using it in balance with the environment, so we don't have too much technology. Essentially, imagine like an Amish community, right? But you have electricity and the internet, so you can still watch Netflix or go onto social media, but we live healthy lives where we grow our own food and we raise our own animals, and we have a healthy, happy community where everybody knows everybody and we all get on. Okay, so that's Techno-GRARIanism. And then ethnomics, the economic theory, is essentially free trade, so a type of capitalism where profits is pushed to the margin. Profits is not important. What is important is the well-being of everyone and everything. Okay, so there you have it. Help me help you and all of humanity as a whole as we move forward in this next step of human evolution. And let us together colonize the stars and heal our planet. Thank you. Take it easy, guys.